Hi, good morning. Welcome to the latest progress on Noel's restoration. We're actually starting here outside with Bess. I want to show you that, oh, and Teddy, obviously. Bess has very kindly started donating her parts to Noel's cause, so I do apologise to James Dennison, who I bought Bess from. Um, Bess is going to remain complete because this leaf spring down here is Noel's leaf spring. So we've already pilfed Bess's spring and shock absorber, and we're going to sort those out for Noel. I'm just going to show you what a beautiful day it is here before we go in and see Noel, and also the progress on what my wife calls the eyesore, which is my little carport that I have been making for my MGB. I think several episodes ago now I started making that. It's not finished, it's gonna have some complicated sides put on it so that they can open up, otherwise the car can't actually get in and out. Anyway, come with me, come into the workshop. I hope the camera's going to cope with the change of light as we go out of the brilliant sunlight and have a look. So I thought it was going to be worth showing you what I've been doing with this spring. So this is the spring from Bess, and I have cleaned this spring up, painted it, but also I have treated it with oil, which I have drizzled in between the leaves on the leaf spring. Now this oil I've actually drained out of Noel's front axle, so it's gear oil, which I've been brushing. Let me get something I can point, which I've been brushing in between the leaves here and letting it soak overnight, and then turning it over and doing the other side. So I haven't gone to the lengths that Charlie Croker has on his Australian Land Rover restoration. I know it's not really Charlie Croker, it's Jeffrey Cocker or something like that. He's pulled apart all of the clamps and taken all the leaves out and cleaned them all up. I really, I don't want to go to those lengths. I'll be here forever. This spring is actually in pretty good order. The suspension on Bess had been reasonably recently replaced, so I am pilfing all those bits for Noel. I make no apology for it because it's just the cheapest and most sensible thing to do. I'll just show you as well this U-bolt, which I've refurbed. When I say refurbed, I've cleaned it, I've painted it. It is the original. You can see there was some, and keep the camera in focus, there was some rust quite heavily pitted, so it has left marks, but I have cleaned it all up and I'm going to reuse it. In actual fact, I have learnt over the years that new U-bolts for axles are half the quality that you might expect, so I think that's probably for the best. If we move over to Noel, last time I had the engine out, you saw that. Did some great filming where you couldn't see my head, typical of me. I have been a little bit cleaning this swivel up. There is no play in this swivel. I know it's the chrome is pretty rough there, but for the time being I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to clean it up more than it is now for sure, and give everything a coat of paint, but I'm not planning on changing the swivel at this moment. It just doesn't justify it, and for the use that Noel's probably going to get, it'll probably be fine for a good few years to come. I do want to point out the next thing I'm going to tackle is this nasty rust at the front of the chassis. Now, I didn't think this was too bad to begin with. However, I had So I'm just getting down here with the light. I had a better look, and if you put the light under there, you can see the light shining through. So it's going to be Teddy's just making herself heard. She's the best to have around when you're filming. Yeah, now do I stop the video and tell Teddy off, or do I ignore it and carry on? So this is going to be the next point. Ted, shut up. Thanks. And the light keeps going on and off overhead as well. This is another one of my classy amateur. I was going to say amateur hour, but it's not. It's amateur 5 minutes. So yeah, this is the next thing to do. This chassis leg, I'm going to cut this open and repair this properly. So I just thought I'd keep you up to date. I have also oiled my steering idler by taking one of these bolts out, making a little cone and dripping some EP90 in there and leaving it overnight. It seems pretty smooth. I can't show you now because you do need two hands on the hub to steer to turn it, but it is nice and smooth there. It doesn't feel like any notchiness. So again, I'm not going to mess with that other than cleaning it and painting it. Our engine mountings are knackered, but I've got one new one there. Oh, the focus is really going well today. The whole video is one of my top class efforts. I think we'll probably knock it on the head now. 7 minutes. That's about the normal length of one of my crappy videos. So there you go. We've been on the suspension. It's more welding next, and getting this chassis leg all cleaned up and painted to match the other part of it. Hope you enjoyed that. Sorry about Teddy barking. I'll see you next time. Thanks for following, thanks for subscribing, thanks for coming on the journey and tolerating my pathetic efforts at trying to film my restoration. See you next time. Bye bye.